Hey, this is Guy Unger again, and I am going to do a lesson on Dust in the Wind. I had someone ask about doing an acoustic song that wasn't just strumming, so this is a good one to do. It starts off with basic Travis style picking, so we're going to cover the whole song in sections. We're going to do the intro, the verse, the chorus, and then we'll talk about the bridge section in the middle. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so this whole piece of music is based on what's called Travis style picking. And you can think of it in different ways, such as fifth string chords like a C chord, fourth string chords like a D or a D minor, you know. In this case, in this song, it's got a D minor 7, all right? And then a sixth string chord shape, which is like a G. All right, so, and all of these are basically open position chords that you're going to deal with until we get to the bridge. But for, to start with, the picking pattern, your basic Travis style picking pattern for like the intro in this case would be like holding a C chord. You would pick 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3, okay? So, that pattern reoccurs 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a straight 16th notes. Except the pattern happens in 2 beats. And on beat 1, instead of playing 5 and 2 separately, they play 5 and 2 together. And so that you're going to hold that first one like an accent for an 8th note. So that's going to just basically last a little longer than the others. It's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a. And that'll get you all the way through the pattern that reoccurs all the way through, especially through the intro, because it only uses 5 string chords in the intro. So again, that's going to be 5 and 2 together, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. So notice the first 2 5-2s are together and held for a little longer. The second one's going to be 5 and 2 separately. And it's always followed by the 4th string and then the 3rd string. So that's your pattern. So the 6th string chord, like a G, is going to be the same thing as what we just did on the C chord, the 5th string chord, except you're going to replace the 5th string with the 6th string. So if we're holding G, like the pattern before was 5 and 2 together, this one's going to be 6 and 2 together. And then 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. All right, and then the 4th string versions are like your D, or in this song it's going to be a D minor 7, which is this, kind of like an F chord without the 3rd finger, but the open 4th string. And we'll get further into that when we get to the next section. All right, so this is like the 5th string chord, but we're going to move the entire pattern up from the 5, 4, 3, and 2 strings to the 4, 3, 2, and 1 strings. So if we're holding this D minor 7, it's going to be 4 and 1 together, and then 3, 2, and then 4, 1 separately, 3, 2. So 4 and 1 together, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. All right. With that information, you can pick the entire song with no issues. Okay, so now let's get to the chords in the intro. All right, so for the chords in the intro, we have a C major chord. All right. Then we have a C major 7 chord, which is the same thing as a C without the 1st finger. You're going to play the 2nd string open. Real pretty chord. Then we're going to go to a C add 9, which, you know, in most songs we play all kinds of different ways. But this one we're going to keep these fingers down the whole time. So then we go to our pinky on the 2nd string. All right, so still holding these two from the C major and the C major 7 to C add 9 with the pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then we're going to go back to C. So the first thing is we're going to do that pattern with that, the order of those chords. We start on C, C major 7, C add 9, C major, That gets all the way through there. And then we add our Travis style picking pattern, which is just going to be the 5th string version of what we've already talked about. So that's going to be C, C major 7, C add 9, C. All right, and then we're going to go to an A based chord. So this first one starts with A sus2. So the best way to look at these chords here are going to be thinking about A minor. So this is like, it kind of goes from a section of C chords to A minor type chords, back to C chords, back to A minor type chords. So it all kind of fluctuates around that. So that's the easiest way to think about it. So if you got A minor like this, we have our A sus2, which is the same thing without the first finger. And then our pinky on the 2nd string, which would be on the 2nd string 3rd fret, which would be A sus4. And then back to A minor, which has your first finger back down. So it's the same thing. So we start on A minor, and we're going to go to A sus2, A sus4, back to A minor. We always end on the chord that we start on in each little section here. So, however, the second section of this intro, where it starts on the A minor type chords, it doesn't start on an A minor. It starts on an A sus2. So without the first finger. So we have this. Then A sus4, then A minor, then A sus2 again. All right, so far with the C and the A added together, this is what we have. C, C major 7, C add 9, C major. Now we go to A sus2, A sus4, A minor, and then A sus2. The next part, we're going to go back to C-based chords, but this time we're going to start on a C add 9. All right, so this is the C chord with the pinky down on the 2nd string 3rd fret. And we're going to go through the pattern. C add 9 to C major, to C major 7, to C add 9, and then that's how we're going to go. And then we're going to do the picking pattern with that. Starts on C add 9, and here we go. C add 9, C major, C major 7, C add 9. All right, that's that section. Then we get to A minor. So now we're going to start on A minor officially this time. So we start on A minor, then we go to A sus2, A sus4, and then back to A minor. So that's going to go like this. All right, now when we get to this part, we don't finish the whole pattern on A minor at the end here. So when we go, I'll go through the whole pattern, and once we get to the last A minor, we're going to talk a bit about this. So it goes A minor, A sus2, A sus4. Now we're going to do half the pattern on A minor. So that's going to be 5 and 2, and then 4, 3. All right, and then we're going to play 5 and 2 together again. So we got, and then we're going to go to this. This is a G/B. All right, and it just means it's a G chord with B as the lowest note in the bass. It's an inversion. We'll get into that stuff some other time. So it's just the notes of a G chord. Just the lowest note is going to be a B. So in this case, we go from our A minor, and we're playing 5 and 2, and then we go to the 2nd finger on the 5th string on the 2nd fret, and then our pinky or your 3rd finger, whichever is more comfortable. I think the pinky's better, but the pinky on the 2nd string 3rd fret. So that's your G/B, and you're going to play 5 and 2 on that. So we go A minor 5 and 2, G/B 5 and 2, and then we get to our C, and that officially gets us into the verse. Okay, so here's the whole intro one more time. C major, C major 7, C add 9, C major, and then A sus2, A sus4, A minor, A sus2. Now we're going to go to C add 9, C major 7, C add 9. Then we're going to go to A minor, A sus2, A sus4, and then A minor, and then 5 and 2, and then G/B, and then we end up on our C, which gets us into the verse. Okay, cool. So now we're in the verse. So our progression is all still 5 and 2 for the most part, but now we're going to branch out and we're going to do some slight variations on this. So here's the chord pattern for the verse. So we start with C, we do G/B, and then we're going to do A minor. But this time we're going to incorporate that first string, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So C major, G/B, and then A minor with the first string. And we're going to stay on that one twice as long. Then we're going to go to G. All right, and you can fret it this way or this way. All right. I do it this way because it kind of makes it a little easier to go to the next chord, which is D minor 7. All right, and this is that 4-string chord. So anyways, real quick, our G is going to be the first time we go to a full 6-string chord. All right, and then we go to D minor 7, which is our 4-string chord. So 2 different patterns altogether than what we've dealt with so far. And our D minor 7 is, like I said, like just a basic open position F chord without the 3rd finger. So your 4th string open. All right, and it's, all right, and then we're back to our A minor. All right. All right, so that's our pattern. So all the way through the chords in the verse one more time. So C, G/B, A minor, and then A minor again. Then we're going to go to G, then to D minor 7, and then back to A minor. Now let's go through the picking pattern that we're going to do on this, because it does change just a little bit on this one. All right, so we have our C major, and we're going to do our regular 5-string pattern that we've done so far. So 5 and 2 together, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Then we're going to go to G/B, same pattern again. 5 and 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Now this time we go to A minor, and instead of going 5 and 2, we're going to start with 5 and 1. So 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. So again, that pattern is the first one that changes. 5 and 1. 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. And then we're going to do a whole nother A minor chord with the regular pattern. 5 and 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. So that A minor section goes like this. 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5 and 2 together. 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. All right. So far we have, this is what we have in our verse. C, regular pattern. G/B, regular pattern. Then A minor with the 5 and 1 to start with. 5, 2, 4, 3 this time. 5 and 2 together. 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Then we're going to go to G. All right, and our G at this point is going to be the 6-string version. Everything stays the same except for replacing the 5th string with the 6th string. So this is going to be 6 and 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Again, that's 6 and 2 together. 4, 3, and then 6 and 2 separately. 4, 3. All right, and then we're going to go to D minor 7, which is again that F chord without the 3rd finger, open 4-string. So that whole pattern together again is 4 and 1, 3, 2, 4 and 1 separate, 3, 2, back to A minor, and this is, we're still going to do that 5 and 1 again. So again on the A minor, 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Now we start a regular pattern, 5 and 2. 4, 3, and then we repeat the verse, but going back into it, we do half that A minor there, 5 and 2, 4, 3, and then 5 and 2 together to the G/B again, 5 and 2, and that sets us back up C to do the whole verse again. So all of that stays the same. So here's the whole verse together, the first time through. C, G/B, A minor with 5 and 1, 5 and 2 on the repeat. G with the 6 and 2. D minor 7 with the whole pattern up on the 4th through the 1st string. So 4 and 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. Then A minor with 5 and 1 again. 4, 3, I'm sorry, yeah, and then 5, 2, 4, 3. And then we repeat 5 and 2, 4, 3, and then 5, 2 together. And then G/B, and then we start over on the C. All right, so both parts together. So it's like this. To the G, D minor 7, A minor with 5 and 1, half the time, G/B up to C to start over, G slash B, A minor with 5 and 1, then regular A minor with 5 and 2, G major, 6 and 2, D minor 7, 4 and 1, and then A minor with 5 and 1, and then 5 and 2. All right, and then that gets us into the chorus. I'd like to take a second to say thank you guys for tuning in and making all of this possible for me. I'm trying to really grow this channel so I can do a lot more. Please like and subscribe. That's what makes all this so possible, is the subscribes and likes, watching the videos, and I really appreciate you guys so much. It's really been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying talking with you guys about all of this stuff. So thanks. We'll get back to the content. Okay, so now we're in the chorus. So all of this is the same, but we have some different chords well, we have a new chord to add to it. Well, 2 of them. So our chorus chords consist of this. It's a D chord with F sharp in the bass. D slash F sharp. It's another one of those inversions, like the G slash B is a G chord with B in the bass. This is a D chord with the F sharp in the bass on the 2nd fret here, and you wrap your thumb around the neck. If you can't really reach this, you're not playing the 1st string, you can possibly do these 2 fingers here on your D and not worry about the 1st string. That'll free your 1st finger up here. So, and you're going to treat this D slash F sharp like a 6th string chord, like you do the G. All right, so I don't necessarily like that one too much. So that's it. And then we go to G. And then we have A minor. And then we have A minor slash G. So this is kind of funky, but we're going to play A minor, and we're going to let our pinky play the G note here on the 6th string 3rd fret. So far, D slash F sharp, G, A minor slash G, and you treat the A minor slash G like a 6th string chord. Then we repeat this again, D slash F sharp, the G, then A minor, and instead of doing the A minor slash G the 2nd time, we go, and what's happening here, we're playing the 5 and 2 on that A minor, but this time we lift our 1st finger up and play the open 2nd string, which is kind of like that A sus2. And we play the 5 and 2, and we hammer on quickly with the 1st finger on the 1st fret. So it's a regular A minor chord. So, and then we go to our G slash B for the 5 and 2. What you see is kind of a little transition thing. So it's a little bass line. You'll notice in a lot of songs it's called voice leading. So we go A, B, walking up to C, and a lot of times you see it the other way. C, B, walking down to A. So, and then we're back to C, and we're going to do that entire verse again. All right, that we did with the doubles. You know, you go through it twice, and then we end up back on our chorus. So let's go all the way through the chorus real quick. So we got our D slash F sharp, treating it like a 6th string chord. G, which is our 6th string chord. Then A minor, a 5th string chord. A minor slash G, which is a 6th string chord. Back to our D slash F sharp, to our G. And then we have our A minor full way through, and then we have our 5 and 2 with the quick little hammer on from the open string to our G slash B. All right, that gets you through your chorus. Okay, the bridge section. Here's the bridge section. The bridge section is really just some shapes. This is really cool. And we can talk about what the chord names on this, but it's almost counterproductive, but they're beautiful sounding, really exotic. So it's really just shapes. So let's talk about the first shape. And this one's kind of convenient also because it's like the intro where it's everything is just the 5th string pattern. So with the 5 and 2 stuff, okay? But our first shape is going to be our 1st finger here on the 3rd string 5th fret, and then our 3rd finger is going to be on the 4th string 7th fret. And we play our regular picking pattern. And we do that twice through the pattern. And then we're just basically going to flip these 2 fingers. So the 1st finger that's on the 3rd string goes to the 4th string 5th fret, and then your 3rd finger that's on the 4th string 7th fret is going to hop down to the 3rd string 7th fret. Now we're going to move this little shape down, and this looks like a power chord also. We're just going to move it down to the 3rd and the 5th fret, stand on the same strings. We've got the open 5th string and the open 2nd string the whole time through this. So we're going to go through this pattern here. And then we're gonna do the same pattern again, but we're gonna flatten our first finger out so it's barring the second string at the 3rd fret. And we do that one time, so we're gonna bar the second string, and then we're gonna lift back up so it's open again. So that, instead of doing this one twice, you do it once, and then lift up for the second time. Here's the bridge one more time. Flatten out, lift back up. Then you repeat that again. So you're gonna do that whole thing, I think, 3 times. And then it finds its way back into the intro. And so you go through all of that again, and then you come back into a verse, and then you do your chorus twice at the end, and then that's the whole song, and it goes out on an A minor chord. So this Travis style picking thing is really, really important. There's a lot of music based on it, a lot of great players that use this stuff. Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac, people like Chet Atkins, and all these other players that do a lot of this kind of stuff. It's really interesting. It's a lot of fun once you get it down, and it's a great way to play some acoustic guitar or even electric guitar a lot of times with something more interesting than just strumming sometimes. Sometimes that's what you need. You just need to strum. But if you want to beef it up a little bit, Travis style picking is a great way to start. I'm appreciating all the help that you guys are giving me. I love what I'm doing. I can't thank you enough. And we'll see you on the next one.